So, if you sell weed around me, I wanted you to sell these pills too, so that I can have easy access whenever I needed them. I did not want nobody, like, if I had to call somebody to get some, I do not want you saying that you ain't got none. I wanted everybody selling them, okay, right? So I had the my situationship boyfriend. I had him, I had told him, like, hey, you should. So we picked those up and everything, and these pills, mixed with the lifestyle that I was living, mixed with my trauma and all my issues, was a recipe for a disaster. So, hold on. So, I got bad, and this lasted for 2 years, but it was still 2 years too much. I became like a deadbeat parent for 2 years. I was so hung up on laying up with him, chilling with him and his kids, while my son is with his grandmother, right, with my mom. Hey, but I'm just trying to bring the testimony so that people can be set free. So I was self-medicating because of what I was dealing with him. I was already still carrying on my childhood trauma. I was already still carrying on my betrayal, the betrayal that I've experienced from people, from my friends, my family members. So I'm carrying all of these burdens and not knowing that it's affecting me so bad. Scoop back something. So I didn't even realize that how much it was really affecting me, because I was always that person who was the strong one in the group. Like, the one that people called on, whether it was to fight, whether it was to let somebody know about themselves. I was always, or just have people backs. I was always that one, and I was always that one being hurt in the end. So I was carrying a lot of things. There were times where I declined even further. I was gonna say graduated, but I declined even further by I had declined a lot more, because I was gonna say graduated, but I declined. This is the reason why. I started taking I was smoked so much. Then I started taking Xans with it, right? Oh my God. Like, when I tell you that, I know everybody probably looking at me like, what is wrong with you, girl? Like, what is going on? So it was times that, like, listen, it's the grace of God. I'm telling you, from this, let me tell you, it ain't nothing that nobody can tell me that God cannot do. There is nothing no one can say or tell me, show me. I don't care. You can't tell me about what God cannot do. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've experienced it in my own life. So I was falling asleep at the wheel. I was passing out. It was this one particular day, right? One particular day, I woke up, and I thank God, because my son was never around to witness any of, like, what I was going through. But one time, so I had took half a Xan one time, and my cousin was driving. I was driving, and I'm just falling asleep at the wheel, like. And my cousin, I had pulled over. I'm just like, you're gonna have to get out. You have to drive for me or whatever, right? He didn't even have a license at the time, but I knew he knew how to drive. But I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna end up killing us. And I'm like, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't keep driving. So my cousin had drove for us, got us to the house. Now, while we're driving to get them to their destination, which wasn't really that far, I'm texting and calling my situationship boyfriend. I'm going on. I'm finna come over there. It's funny now. I'm able to laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny then. I'm able to laugh about it because I couldn't believe how much of a mess I was. But I'm able to laugh about it now because I see how much of a blessing that it was. Because my testimony, man, please. So anyways, I just want you to know, whoever listening to this right now, I just want you to know that you're going to make it through. You're going to make it through. Watch. By the end of this testimony, you're going to understand that you're going to be set free. I promise you that. I took it, this is after I fell asleep at the wheel, right? Remember when I said that I had people buying the pills so that I can have them, so they can be easily accessible to me? So the day that we were going to go pick these pills up, I wake up on the floor of my house, and I'm like, ooh, and I'm on the floor, right? So I'm waking up like, ooh, my shoulder hurt, and I'm just laying on the floor and just like, what the heck? How did I get here? I can't remember nothing. Even still to this day, I cannot remember it. So I go in the bathroom. Oh my God. I go in the bathroom. I have a scar. I mean, skin peeling from here, around my eye, all up under here on my nose. I think what happened was that I passed out while I was walking or something, and I slid on the ground, and it knocked me out. That's what I came up with. That's the only thing else that I can't tell you what happened. I really can't. So I used to always, like, you know how you got those certain people in your life that you know that you can party with, and you won't be judged because they just as much as invested as you are. Yeah, I had those people in my life, but I was popping these pills so much that my auntie, she real outspoken, okay? She was like, she got in a car at one of her house one day. Now, my auntie stayed around the corner from my situationship boyfriend, so, you know, I was over there seeing my auntie all the time. Yeah. Anyways, so he was like, I was going to my auntie house. She got in the car one day, and she looked at me. She said, "The F wrong with you?" Like, oh yeah, she gave me all of that. I think everybody has one of these aunties in their life. You need to stop popping them motherfucking pills. That's what you need to stop doing. And I'm just like, no, I'm straight. You know, I'm good. Lying, right? I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. And she like, yeah, all right. So I left it alone, right? And now this was the beginning of somebody actually saying something to me. This is God trying to step in. This is not trying to. This is God like, hey, listen. God gonna pour out His Spirit upon anybody. God don't care. God is no respecter of man. He gonna pour out His Spirit upon whoever He need to use. He gonna use whoever He want to use and use whatever He want to use. Okay? Remember, He used the donkey. Yeah. So anyways, so at this point in time, I am, like, with addiction, you lose empathy. So I'm losing empathy. I'm snapping on everybody. Like, everybody who has hurt me, I'm snapping on. Like, now, one thing I can say is that regardless of my addiction, it definitely helped me. It definitely helped me see things about myself that I didn't even notice about myself. So, like, with me, it helped me gain a backbone for myself. It really did help me gain a backbone for myself. Like, I used to always take up for everybody else, but I never really took up for myself. So it gave me a backbone, because with addiction, it causes you to lose empathy. So instead of me pacifying the feelings of these people who are hurting me, I'm really starting to see, like, y'all niggas don't really care about me. Y'all really been playing in my face the whole entire time, while my situationship boyfriend had put the red nose on me. So I'm really, I can't wait. Listen, when I tell you that, like, you can't tell me what God won't do. Because even, like, my head was gone, right? My mind was just so messed up. My thinking was so warped. And I just didn't understand what was going on. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. It got so bad. It was so bad. Like, my skin started to look so terrible. I'm gonna post a picture too about how my skin and stuff looked. My skin got so bad. I mean, I started going into, if I didn't have them, I would have withdrawals so bad. So fast forward, we ended up going to Miami for my sister's birthday. So we go to Miami, and I'm just like, you know, I pay for everything. That's another story too. I pay for everything, and you know, we gonna have a good time in Miami, right? Somebody ended up playing me on some money while we got down there, but we gonna talk about that in another day. We get to Miami, and we still got like 2 days left. I think we were just doing a weekend or something like that. I can't remember, but we had like 2 days left, and baby, I ended up in a hospital. I knew I was dying. I know that I was dying. My body started to shut down. Like I'm like, damn. Me and my sister had went and got some breakfast. It's just me and her. We went to get some breakfast, and all of a sudden, because we were eating Colombian food, so I'm sitting there. I'm just like, I don't feel good, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, my stomach started cramping so bad, and I'm like, whew. Now it's hurting so bad to the point I'm just like, take me to the hospital, right? So my sister is driving on the way to the hospital, and we was with one of my auntie friends. She lit up this cigarette. Oh my God, that cigarette took me over. Okay, I'm like, oh, I start getting ready. I'm throwing up. I'm finna number 2 on myself. Like, my body was shutting down. I'm throwing up. I'm releasing it. If I could release it from my ears, it would have released from my ears. It was just a mess. So it got to the point where my sister couldn't get me to the hospital, and we ended up calling. She ended up calling the emergency. So they came and got me, and I was just in the truck. I'm just crying, and my sister, she started crying. She praying and stuff. So